It's almost midnight. You're pulling off the interstate for fuel, and you roll past the truck parking area. Row after row of big rigs, engines quiet, curtains pulled shut, and behind almost every one of those curtains a soft glow. Somebody's in there. Somebody's watching a show, or making a late dinner, or already asleep. And there's a motel sign glowing not even half a mile away. So the obvious question hits you. Why? Why would a grown adult, a working professional, choose to sleep in the back of a truck when a real bed with a real bathroom is sitting right there? Most people assume the answer is simple. They can't afford it, or the company won't pay for it, or they just have no choice. And here's the thing, that assumption is almost completely wrong, because a huge number of these drivers, including veterans with 20 and 30 years behind the wheel, choose that cab. Deliberately, every single night, even when the hotel is right there and the money is in their pocket. And once you understand the real reasons, I promise you, you'll never look at a parked semi the same way again. Today we're settling one of the oldest questions in this industry: the cab or the hotel. Let's get into it. To really understand this decision, you have to understand who's making it. And in American trucking, a massive share of these drivers are what the industry calls owner-operators. An owner-operator isn't an employee borrowing a company truck. This is a self-employed business person who owns their rig outright, and we're talking about a serious investment. A new long-haul truck today runs anywhere from $100,000 to well past $200,000. That's not a vehicle purchase. That's buying a small business that happens to have 18 wheels. And when you own the business, the economics flip completely. Every dollar spent on the road fuel, tires, insurance, food, and yes, a place to sleep comes straight out of your own profit. There's no expense account. There's no company card. It's your money. Every night. This is also, by the way, a very American situation. In Europe, most trucks belong to company fleets, and drivers are employees. Here, the independent owner-operator is everywhere, and that single difference explains a lot about why the American sleeper cab evolved into what it is today. But it's not only about the money. When you own your truck, you've built it around yourself. The seat is broken in for your back. The mirrors sit exactly where your eyes expect them. Your coffee lives in the same cabinet it's lived in for 6 years. That machine isn't just transportation, it's your office, your toolbox, and your address. And most people don't voluntarily leave their own home every night to go sleep in a rented room. Neither do these drivers. Now here's where most people's mental picture completely falls apart. Say sleeping in a truck, and folks imagine some fold-down cot behind the seats, a thin curtain, diesel fumes, and highway noise rattling through the walls. And honestly, 40 years ago, that wasn't far off. A modern high-spec sleeper is a different universe. Start with the bed. We're talking a genuine full-length mattress around 80 inches long and 40+ inches wide in a standard single-bunk setup. Wider in the big premium sleepers. A 6-foot driver stretches out completely flat, feet on the mattress, no compromises. Then climate.
Even with a free
Modern
guard,
sleepers run
they would
auxiliary
still
power
refuse the
units, a
motel.
small independent system that heats and cools the cab all night without the main engine running. Arizona in July, North Dakota in January, doesn't matter. The driver picks a number, and the cab holds it till morning. Then the kitchen, and yes, there is one. A 12-volt fridge is basically standard equipment on serious long-haul rigs. Most drivers add a microwave and a coffee maker, and plenty run small cooking setups that would honestly embarrass some apartment kitchens I've seen. Storage is everywhere. Overhead cabinets, under bunk compartments, organizers built into every spare surface, and veteran drivers pack these spaces with a precision that borders on art, because everything has to stay put at 70 miles an hour. And then connectivity. A mounted TV, a tablet or laptop station, a proper inverter for charging, and increasingly, satellite internet that works in the middle of absolutely nowhere. So the end of a driver's day looks like this. Curtains closed, hot meal, favorite show, own bed, own pillow, own temperature. Their space, built their way. Compare that with Europe for a second. European cab over trucks are impressive machines. But strict overall length rules force the cab to stay short to protect cargo space, which squeezes the living quarters. A top-spec American long-nose sleeper is simply playing a different sport. All right, calculators out. Because this is where the argument stops being about comfort and becomes about arithmetic. A serious over-the-road driver spends roughly 250 nights a year away from home. Some do more. Now price a basic, clean roadside motel near truck parking at around $75 a night, and that's being generous in a lot of markets. 250 nights, $75. That's $18,750 every year, just for a place to sleep. Push the average to $100, which is reality near big cities, and you're at $25,000 a year, gone. Now look at the sleeper. A really well-equipped factory sleeper package on a premium truck might add $20,000 to $30,000 to the purchase price. Sounds like a lot until you remember drivers keep these trucks for 5, 8, sometimes 10 plus years. Spread $30,000 across 10 years and your accommodation cost is $3,000 a year, against $18,000 to $25,000 in hotel bills. That's not a close call. That's a knockout. And for owner-operators, there are often business expense angles on the truck side that hotel receipts don't always match. I'm not your accountant. So run your own numbers with a professional, but the direction of this math doesn't change. And here's the piece everyone forgets. Location. A hotel driver still has to secure the truck somewhere. Still burns time and fuel getting to and from the room. Still fights checkout times. A cab sleeper wakes up already parked at their trailer. Coffee, pre-trip inspection, gone. That saved hour, 250 times a year, is real money too. Here's the factor that doesn't fit on a spreadsheet but might matter most of all. That trailer behind the cab is carrying freight worth anywhere from tens of thousands to a couple $1 million, freight the driver is personally responsible for. Cargo theft is a genuine, organized, billion-dollar-a-year problem in this industry. And the hard truth is simple. The farther you are from your load, the softer a target it becomes. A driver asleep in the cab is a driver 10 feet from the freight who feels every bump, hears every sound that doesn't belong, and notices immediately when something's wrong. Ask veterans and they'll say it straight. They sleep better in the cab next to their load than they ever would in a hotel room staring at the ceiling wondering about it. And then there's familiarity, which sleep scientists will tell you is worth more than thread count.
It was like
Same
I was
pillow,
renting someone
same
else's
mattress, same temperature,
But now,
same sounds,
I
night
finally
after
own my
night.
own.
Even the rumble of a busy truck stop, which sounds like chaos to an outsider, becomes white noise to a body that's learned it. Constantly
Here's the
rotating
anti-job.
through strange hotel
Thanks, I
rooms,
appreciate
different
it.
beds, different noises, different everything, actually wrecks sleep quality far more than people expect. The cab isn't just cheaper. For a trained body, it's better rest. Beyond money and safety, there's something harder to price: identity. For a lot of these men and women, trucking isn't a job, it's independence made physical. And the sleeper is the capital city of that little independent nation. Family photos on the dash, a blanket with 500,000 miles on it, lighting setups, custom wheels, small objects that mean nothing to you and everything to them. And around it all, a real community, the nod between drivers, the truck stop rhythm, the unspoken understanding of people living the same road. Check into a hotel and you step outside that world completely. But this wouldn't be an honest video if we skipped the other side, so let's be straight. The cab is small, and no amount of clever storage changes that. Most sleepers won't let you fully stand up. Showers mean a walk to the truck stop, and at 6 in the morning those facilities range from surprisingly great to character building. Real cooking has real limits. And after week 3 away from home, all those small limitations start stacking into something heavier. Loneliness is real out here. It catches new drivers off guard more than anything else. And it's a genuine reason industry turnover runs as high as it does. Add the health battle, the sitting, the food options, the sleep discipline, and it's clear this lifestyle demands real self-management. The good ones treat their health like part of the job. Not everyone manages it. So why do truck drivers choose the cab over a hotel room? Not for one reason, for a stack of them. The math that saves $20,000 a year. The security of sleeping 10 feet from the load. The only bed on the road that's actually theirs. And an identity that lives behind that curtain, not behind a hotel door. So next time you pass those parked rigs at midnight with the soft glow behind the curtains, don't feel sorry for anyone in there. Most of them are exactly where they want to be. And honestly, once you've run the numbers, the real question isn't why they sleep in the cab. It's why anyone bothers with the hotel. That's it for today. If you got something out of this one, hit subscribe. There's a lot more trucking content on the way. And drop a comment below. If you're a driver, what's your pick, the cab or the hotel? I genuinely want to know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.